The UTSA Roadrunners look to finish the season 10-2 and set themselves up nicely for the Conference USA Championship game. Well, one thing ahead of them is UTEP, and they are looking to get their sixth win and head to a bowl. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Slasher U. I'm your host, Christian Rao, here with my co-host, Steve Beck. And Steve, the last game of the year for the UTSA Roadrunners, last game of the regular, I should say, 9-2. They are a 17-point favorite heading in to this one at home to take on UTEP to get to 10-2, to get themselves set up very nicely for a Conference USA Championship game, the last one they will play in. Steve, before we even really dig deep in this one, what do you think about it?
There's going to be a sense of urgency for both teams. I mean, obviously UTSA wants to come out of this one healthy. I think they would like to get out to an early lead. So if they can maybe rest some of their regulars. And that hasn't really set them back as a rule, but rotating, guys that aren't starting per se, especially, in their backfield, maybe give Frank Harris a quarter off, maybe bring in some defensive replacements to just to keep everybody healthy, because UTSA has a huge opportunity before it. Not only can we already know they're going to host the conference championship game, even though it seems like fate and the dopes at the AP are working against it, they have an outside shot at a New Year's Six Bowl, getting that reserved, G5 conference, bowl bid for the New Year's Day games. But for UTEP, they're on a mission. They want to become bowl eligible. And then wouldn't it be amazing, though I'm not sure that they would qualify for it, wouldn't it be amazing if they got to play in the Sun Bowl on New Year's Eve? I think usually they try to put a little bit higher competition, there at the Sun Bowl. But I mean, there's all kind of motivations for this team. And they came out last week against FIU and they showed they are motivated. They are focused. They know what they have to do, and they got the job done last week. I mean, the first half, that game was over actually probably in the first quarter, but really first half, anything that happened in the second half was just gravy, because
against Rice, right?
No, I'm talking about UTEP.
Oh, the UTEP. I'm sorry.
I switched to the UTEP. No. I mean, everybody, all of our Roadrunner followers here at Slasher, you all know what a terrific start that was, against Rice. But I was really more addressing UTEP. They have to win. They have to play. Now, would UTSA, would that be great to play in the Sun Bowl? Yes, it would. But I mean, again, I was thinking more UTEP, how great that would be to be able to be bowl eligible and be asked to play and be the host school, really, basically on New Year's Eve. They have a really nice running back in Ronald Awatt, and he can catch some passes out of the backfield. What I want to see is, will UTSA's offensive line be able to contain the Miners' pass rush? They do have 24 sacks on the year. They look great against FIU, but I'm pretty sure you and I and some Slasher U followers could get together a pickup team. We would probably be able to do well against FIU. We wouldn't win, but I think we would be respectable on it. But, UTEP all year has had a really nice pass rush. And the offensive line is still a little banged up. I mean, they do a good job, but Frank Harris, because he's mobile, has been able to run himself out of situations and still create plays. But I mean, I think I don't see this being a blowout game by any means. I think this is going to be a game that's going to be, a couple of scores, maybe 10 points, whatever that it would be. So I don't know that UTSA would cover. I don't know that they care about covering this game. Right. I think they want to win it. I think they want to come out of this game as healthy as they can. I think they want to have a good performance. They want to maybe work on some things going into the championship game against, and it's been determined now that it is going to be North Texas, correct?
I think they're still waiting on the results on this one between North Texas and Western Kentucky. North Texas has to win to stay in. If Western Kentucky wins and North Texas loses, Western Kentucky's in. So it's leaning towards North Texas.
But yeah, okay. So, but I don't think it really matters who the opponent is, because
No,
I think we know that UTSA
they
is
beat both
going
of
to.
them this year.
Yeah, exactly. And they beat them, even though the scoreboard was close. They beat them pretty handily. They had the games under control, I think, for the most part. In both games. Yes, there was some last minute heroics and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I understand that part. But when you're watching a game start to finish, UTSA basically has been in control of virtually every game. The only game that they really weren't in control of was the Texas game, and they just got outgunned. It was just one of those games.
Yeah,
But
that's fair.
yeah, but I mean, I really do think it's going to be a good test. I think UTEP's defense is better than their record might reflect. UTEP is motivated to get that sixth win so they can be bowl eligible. But I'm going Roadrunners again. I don't know that they cover the spread. What was the last spread that you said?
17.
Yeah, I honestly don't know that they cover the 17, but I think that's the last thing on Jeff Traylor's mind is covering the
For sure.
spread and helping the addicted gambler. Parlay it into a winning week. So
look, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I think they crush the spread. I put this narrative for the last 2 weeks for these guys here on UTSA saying, hey, watch out. You got to play a 5-win team and they're bowl eligible. They have no tomorrow. And in this case is really the case for UTEP. Last week with Rice, they had one more chance against North Texas to do it. But that didn't seem to phase UTSA one bit whatsoever in that game against Rice. And I see it happening once again in this one. I think they put the hurt on UTEP. I really do. Like, I can see this being well over a 17-point deficit. So I'm going to take the opposite with you and say that they're going to cover, and they're going to cover nicely. So I believe that they're going to put the hurt on. I think they're going to make a statement. They're pissed they're not in the top 25. They're pissed they're not in the college football 25, not even just the AP. I mean, props to the coaches poll, but let's be honest, that's the third when it comes to those three in the standings, in the rankings, if you will. That's going to change this coming week. UTSA is going to have a number next to it when they head into the Conference USA Championship. We're going to see that happen, and it's going to be on the back of a commanding win against UTEP, Steve.
I love that confidence. I do. I really, I'm basing it strictly on UTEP's pass rush.
Sure.
And they face some tough pass rushers, but I also think that you're going to see some of the second stringers play a lot more in the second half just to stay healthy. Because it's not only, the Conference USA Championship game, it is the bowl game. And that bowl game further advances where they move in the polls and further eliminates this really bad crabgrass looking stuff that's on my face here so far.
Someone get Frank Harris a nice cushion for the fourth quarter because he's going to need it in the Alamo Dome because he's not going to play a single snap in the fourth. They're going to take care of this team just fine. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Chime in. Please join us in the comments. Love hearing all of those and engaging with you guys here on this one. But UTEP taking on UTSA. 5-6 UTEP, 1 win away from bowl. I don't see it happening. Sorry. I think the sun setting bowl is where they're going to be sitting. That's an off-season game for UTEP, unfortunately. But UTSA, I think, goes to 10-2 quite easily on this one, and we're going to get ready for a nice preview of the Conference USA Championship. I'm looking forward to it. Let us know in the comments below, and thank you as always for watching SlasherU.